Hi, Introduction to Fashion and Interior Design. We're going to learn how to do some hand stitching, and this will help you in your first project. It'll also give you skills to use to do some creative, fun projects on your spare time. So I am going to get you just a plain piece of fabric, or if you have fabric at home and needle and thread, and I'm using embroidery floss, you can use that also. So I just have like a 6 by 6 inch square. If you need these, you'll be able to pick them up at school. So I'm taking embroidery floss, which is really thick, and it's got 6 different threads on it, and I'm just going to pull them apart and use 3. You kind of have to do it slow, otherwise it gets all tangled. And hopefully you have watched how to thread and tie a knot so far. If not, this has a pretty big eye on it, and I just kind of rolled it. I'll show you again. Like this, so that it's all the same length, and just put it through. No, I'm not going to be able to do it backwards. Put it through the eye and pull that through. And then to tie a knot, take the end of the thread and your needle. Let's see if I can get it to focus on that. Pinch the end of the needle and then wrap this around to no more than 3 times, and then pinch it. So I wrapped it around. I have an easier time. I'll just leave it in this hand. Then pinch it right there and pull the needle through. Ugh. This is why you don't want to have your thread really long, and I did not pay attention to that. Come on. Okay, I'm going to start again, which you might have to do too. Hopefully I don't have a huge knot in here. Alright, I'm going to do it the normal way I do it so that it works faster. So I wind this around, pinch it between my fingers, make sure that's not knotted. Okay, I did it again. Come on. Pull this through, and you will have a knot at the end of your thread. This one's not very big because I had a hard time with it. But what we're going to do is we're going to do some practice stitches on here, and we are going to do a running stitch, which is just up and down and up and down. We want the running stitch to be equal. So if I go up in the fabric and then go down, don't pull it so that the fabric is bunched. If you have an embroidery hoop at home, you can use that. And then you can see this is about the same space as this stitch, the space where there's no thread on the front. And then again, don't pull it really tight. And then I'm going to take another stitch the same length that I did the first one, and I'm eyeballing it. Pull it slowly so that you don't pull a knot in there. So you can see, easier to do it this way. This is not what I went to school for, is to do videos, obviously. So you're going to show me that. Do a line of those, and you can draw a line with a pencil because you can see this isn't perfectly straight. Easier to do it if you have something that you're following. And then I will teach you how to tie a knot at the back. I'm going to go under one of these threads that's on the back, and the back and the front should pretty much look the same. Don't pull things really tight, otherwise the fabric will pucker. And then you're going to make a loop right here that will knot. And then I'm going to do a second one. Pull everything gently. This is gonna be a mess, because you don't want this mess. I'm going to tell you I did that on purpose. Ha! Alright, and then we're going to learn how to do a back stitch. So back stitch is something that you can use if you have to like fix a seam and you don't have a sewing machine. You can just use thread and a needle and make a back stitch. And by the way, my knot came out perfect this time, since it was not, where is it? Right there. Since I was not doing it in front of you. We're going to do a line again. This time I'm going to come up and I'm going to go backwards. Let's see if I can get this. Nope. So I'm going to go back. And then I'm going to come in front of where I started. So it's called a back stitch because you keep going backwards. And if I go too fast, the great thing about YouTube is you can re-watch it. So you're going in where you came up. So I come forward, and then I see what happens if I pull it too tight. Then I get this, and you don't want that. You want it flat. So I'm going in where I came up on the last one. So do a bunch of those. And again, this one you won't have any space. You'll have a nice straight line. Hopefully you saw that. If not, you can probably find another YouTube that's better. Somebody that does it professionally. And again, I'm going to tie a knot back here. Just go under some threads that is near where your last stitch was. Let's see if I can get a better knot than I did on the first one. Ta-da! Make sure that's tight. And then you're going to clip it close to that stitch. The next stitch we're going to do is called a lazy daisy. That will be on the next video that is posted on that doc. So you'll go back there and click on the next one.